Yeah, now finally I can say that I have been making games for last month and I can make simple basic 2D games even without any external help. So hey guys, in this video I'm going to tell you all about my very first experience in Unity of using it for last 30 days without any experience of coding or even any game engine. And I should tell you that I have worked on nearly about 6 to 7 projects in Unity. However, my first two projects were 3D games and rest of them were 2D platformer games. And one more thing, I was unable to report my recent projects due to some reason. So later on this video, I will try to explain them as well. Before starting this video, you should know one more thing, that I still don't know C# coding and I haven't yet tried to learn it. With that being said, let's start this video. Although I have explained some of my previous projects with you, but let's discuss about them in very short and rest remaining in a bit detail. As I had told you about a month ago, I had started using Unity with the help of Bracky's beginner's tutorial, and my very first game was Cube Run. Oh, he named as Cube Marathon, but I renamed in my project as Cube Run because I like that, just like that. In that project, I learned about how to use Unity and how Unity works and something around it, just like that. My next project was a bit similar with the first one, but this time I make some changes, and that is CloneX, which was made for my very first game gen. And the main thing that I learned from this game was to make multiple objects follow the player and choose object as player if player died, and do same until all objects are destroyed. Yeah, these two were my very first two games which were based on Unity 3D. After these two of my 3D games, then I felt that it's a bit hard to make 3D objects and animate them, so I decided to make 2D platformer games. Instead of my 3D experience in Unity, I felt it a bit hard to adapt 2D platformers in Unity for first time. It took me nearly about 20 to 30 minutes and a video to adapt to the platformer, or you can say Unity 2D. In most of my 2D games, the concept were a bit similar, but at the beginning I did not know to use any art software like Photoshop, Illustrator and other software like that. So I had used my mobile phone to make artwork for my games. But till now I had completed basic course of Illustrator, which is a bit helpful for me and it's easy, and I will soon try to learn Photoshop as well. Let's talk a bit about game mechanism or player movement. Yeah, most of my game use similar game mechanism and player movement script. And yeah, at first I was using force to move player, later on I shifted to velocity. And one more thing, my every new game have some new features, so yeah, I learn new and adapt new. I also just suggest new friends to just do this and try this. So yeah, everything needs time and practice, so just practice more and just try new thing. Yeah, so till now I have worked on UI animation controller, on which I have worked a bit from my first project, and I also know shooting mechanism. Then I think I learned about raycast, which helped me to make very fast enemy AI that detects ground to move and emit another ray towards front. If that ray hit the player, then it activates to shoot or to kill player. You can say that in short, it recast helped me to make my very first enemy AI which shoots and moves in its own. Later I knew about tags and layer masking that helped me a lot just to select game object and physical collision. That means a lot in your game. Oh yeah, I had also learned about audio manager and making separate classes for it. I also have basic knowledge about cinemachine, also known as virtual camera and timelines, which is used to make cutscene in your game. But I have a bit more to learn about animation controller, timeline and cinemachine. I also know actual masking, that is used to hide or only show object inside or outside something. And I also know to get input from clear and to make pause menu, and also to disable labels and unlock them one by one after completing the previous label. One interesting thing that I think I learned till my journey is I know how to solve my problem, I know how to get help for my problem, and I know how to solve my problem. I think that's a bit trickier, but yeah, that's it. That's what I want to tell you. And the last thing that I have learned before writing the script of this video is to make parallax effect, or you can say never ending background. And one more thing, that I can also create random objects which were creating in random places in my game. Soon I'm going to learn about photon networking and 2D shader timeline, physics 2D cinemachine and animator controller as well. Beside all this stuff, from now I will also try to remake some popular games with some extra new features which I think they just like that. So my very new project will be to remake Chrome Dinosaur game with some other extra surprises in it as well. I just want you to suggest me the name of games that I should try to remake in the comment box below. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and also hit that like button if you like this video, and hit that dislike button if you don't. So at last, I'm KAS, and see you soon in next one.